Good evening, everyone. I know I promised videos every day, but unfortunately, I've not been able to meet up with that promise in between my internship and study. It's been difficult to make our time to make videos, but that aside, today we're going to be talking about React Router, and React Router is a library, or not a library per se, but a package that is used with React that gives React routing functionality. So it makes your app or your website have this app-like feel in the sense that the routes are not gotten. It's basically a single page application that just changes the route and renders something based on the route in the search bar. So let me just show you. I already installed React Router DOM. That is React Router 6. If I check out json.package, you can see React Router DOM right here. So I'm going to import a few things from React Router DOM, and I'm going to explain how it works. So the few things I'm going to import, the first one is browser router, then routes, that is singular. Okay, from React dash router dash DOM, and I'm going to clear this. So I've not started the app. I'm going to start the app. Okay, so while that is starting, we have a home page. I can't remember this app exactly. What is in the home page? Let's check. A nav bar. And inside the nav bar, okay, we have a nav bar. So what I'm just going to do is, just to be able to use this properly, I'm going to change this to an h1 to show exactly what it is. I'm just going to say home. And I'm going to create another one. I think it's supposed to be under pages. New file, maybe about, creating about.jsx, and inside here I'm just going to say about. Okay, home about, just for kicks and giggles. Let's create a last one, or the last one, pages, new file, and let's say this one is careers. Hope I spelled that correctly. And yet, so we're going to put the boilerplate code, and we're going to say career right here instead of h1. Okay, so we've created essentially three components that we're going to use as pages. Okay, we've created three components we're going to use as pages. So if we go back to our code, we can then go to our home and set up the routes and everything. I made a mistake here. We can set out the routes and everything. So we're going to start with the browser router. Okay, and this is just, it's from, says a router used in web browsers provides cleanest URLs. It's just a way of specifying the different routes. Inside here we can also create routes, right? Then inside these routes component, which comes from React Router DOM, we're now going to create individual routes. So the first one we're going to create is going to be the home. So we'll just say routes, right? I don't think the second one is needed. So I'm just going to say route, and this route has two main props or properties or attributes, not props but attributes here. The first one is to, if I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. I think the first one is to this. Then you have to specify what to render. So for this thing to work, we've already imported home, and I think we can put it here. So from this, I think it's clear to see that when we go to the home route, it renders home, and that's what doesn't happen. Okay, there's a problem. I don't know what the problem is yet, but we'll find out. Okay, no routes match the location. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I actually thought it was like slash you use, but apparently index works. So what that literally means is that when you're in the home route, that index represents the home route. Home shows. So if you change the route to like about, notice that nothing is showing because we've not specified what should show in that route. So if we go back to home, home shows. So if we go here, let's just copy and paste to save time. And sorry. So instead of showing home, we can show about, and that has to be imported. Okay. So now if we go back to our code, if we go to slash about, the about page is supposed to, okay, I didn't specify properly. So yeah, so it's right to about, this should work, and it's still not working. Okay, let's Google it to figure out what the problem is. How to specify routes in React router. Okay, let's see. So we have the official documentation, and there is nothing. Okay, let's go back. Let's check here. Okay. Okay. That's my mistake. This is supposed to be path, not to. So we can now say path, home, and if we go back to our code, now we say about. So if we go back now, we see home, then slash about, we say about. So the same thing will follow for the next one. So the next one also can specify a path, right? And here we can say carriers, right? And the elements, what will be the elements? It gets its carrier. So we can go here, carriers rather. Sorry, I misspelled that. Then we can go back up to our code, imports carriers from component slash pages slash carriers. Okay. So since this is done, if we go back to here, if we go to slash localhost 3000 slash, what am I doing? Localhost 3000 slash carriers. We see the carriers page because this is the only thing rendered there. So that is basically how to set up routes here. Then I want to show you one more thing. Let's go to about, for instance. If we go to about and we want to have maybe like a button. So the first thing we'll do is like import, we'll import link, which is also a component given by React Router. So from React Router DOM, and what we can now do here is create link right here, and in between this link component, we can put anything inside. So in this case, we're going to put our h1, our about h1. Okay, that's not all. What we now have to do is we have to specify where we are going to, and we would like to go where. Let's say we would like to go home, back to the home page. So if we go to about, so going to about, you notice now this is a link, and when we click on it, it goes back to the home page. We can go back to carriers. We can go back to carriers. So if we go to /about, right, and we click on this, it goes to carriers instead. So you can see where this will be very useful, especially if you are creating like a nav bar or some sort of navigation that you might need to move around the app. And you notice that it does not need to load. It's almost like you're running it on a device. Like if you're coming from mobile development, it's almost as if it has this native feel to it. So if you go to /about, click on about, it goes to carriers. We can also put one just for kicks and giggles. We can go just copy this, copy it, go to carriers, paste it right here. Then right here you can put carriers, right? Okay, so if we've not defined link, so we have to import link. Import link from React Router DOM. Then maybe here we want it to go back to home also, just or about. Let's go back to about. So if we go to carriers and we click on carriers, it goes to about. Click on about, it goes to carriers. And you notice how useful that can be. So last thing I want to show you is about params, like route params. Like how I understand it is that we'll be able to get, like right now there's no way we can get what is actually written inside here, like this /about. We cannot, let's say we want to have an e-commerce site, right, that might have thousands of products, and each product will have a product page. You obviously cannot like create thousands of pages individually by coding them out or copying and pasting code. So what we might want to do is create one page and just change the data on the page. So how we can do that is with parameters. So if we go here, Ctrl+C, let me just paste this, and instead of carriers we have something like params. Let's just say params, right? And that params, we want to render, let's render the carriers page. Let's render the carriers page, right? So inside, there are two things you should know. One, we cannot just get the param straight up. We just can't get it straight like that. So what we can now do is import, I don't even think I remember it, but we'll Google about it. Import use params. I think it's from router, React Router DOM. Okay, use params. Sorry. Okay, so I'm right. Import use params from React Router DOM. Then we can now say, let's say const params is equals to use params, right? Then what we can now do here is instead of carriers, we can just, I'm not sure if it will work, maybe put params here. Okay, so if that works, let's see. Let's see. So if we go to career, let's see, Accra, nothing is rendered. Okay, let's see. What is the problem? Let's go to home. I'm not sure about this. I don't think I'm sure about this though. Mm, okay, let me check one of my projects to see how I did that. Sorry. So cd documents slash react projects slash by this. Okay. So we open this using the code command. Okay. So what I just want to check here is in this project there's a place I set up routes. So if we go here, you can see a lot of imports. Then if you check the routes, there's a place I use params. Okay, so I'm right about the path. This is what it's supposed to be. So let's see single products. Sorry, the project is still just opening. So let's go to this single products. I'm gonna remove this. Okay. So going to the single product. Okay. That's my mistake. So from what I just saw, the way I pulled it down, I'm supposed to use object destructuring. So this right is supposed to be an object, and this whatever is going to be inside should be named exactly as named this. I named params, all small caps. What should be here also should be params, and we're just going to put that params there. So if you go back to the app and we put Accra, we notice you see Accra here. If we put Accra with the W, it changes. If we put, let's say, localhost 3000 slash, let's say, shoe, we have shoe. So ideally you have like information on shoes here on this page. Then if we go to bags slash bags, we have bags. So this is useful in like all these e-commerce sites or ticket booking sites where each item on the site might need a separate page. So as a developer, you obviously don't want to be repeating yourself designing and building pages over and over again for different items on the website. So that's not all React Router can do. React Router is quite powerful. That is the React Router DOM. So you can just go to these websites to read more. I think this is the official documentation. But this is version. Oh, also be careful by the about the version you are using, because all this is for version 6 and up. So for version 5 something else might be different. React Router. So version 5 it might be different, version 4 might be different. So just be careful with the version you are installing, because if you go to the installation you might see some things there. So you notice we're importing at 6, that is version 6. So that is the latest version, and that's what I advise everybody to learn. So that's been it. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was impactful. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. You can come to this website, reactrouter.com, to get to learn how to use it from the people that built it. Just read the documentation, it's very self-explanatory. So thank you for watching. Good night.